What's up guys, CJ here, and welcome back to another all-new trailer breakdown, and this time, it's the one we've all been kind of anxiously waiting for. Titans, the upcoming live-action Teen Titans series launching on DC's new streaming service, DC Universe, sometime this fall. Despite not having a panel at SDCC this year, Titans has dropped its trailer on the first day of the pop culture mega event, hoping to get some eyeballs on what fans have been, at best, cautiously optimistically waiting for, and at worst, dreading. The verdict? Well, the trailer should absolutely go a long way for, easing some people's fears. I mean, if the set photos were throwing you off, you'll see what you want to see here. But if you were worried about the show having a gritty tone and how they might pull that off, you will probably still be concerned after this. But let's dive right into it. After a very overt and maybe unnecessary mature content warning, the trailer opens with Rachel Roth, aka Raven, played by Australian newcomer Tegan Croft, stumbling upon a dilapidated and rundown circus. But this isn't just any circus. This was the home of the Flying Graysons, Dick's family's acrobatics act, which, if you'll remember from the comics, ends tragically in the death of Dick's parents under sinister circumstances. And while we don't necessarily get a hint towards that, we do see their deaths in this trailer, and we see that it maybe happened at a later stage in Robin's life than it usually does in the comics. He looks like he's already well into his teenage years here. As had previously been reported by Splash Reports, somehow this circus is a connection between Robin and Raven, but beyond it being creepy, I'm not sure what exactly that is. We also see a quick look at Raven's powers when she's talking to Dick Grayson, played by Brenton Thwaites, who, as per reports, is now moonlighting, or, daylighting, as a police detective. Don't worry though, he's still kicking ass and taking names by night as a vigilante in his own right and on his own terms, and we see a pretty awesome sequence of Robin saving a guy in an alleyway and beating up a gang, showing that he is definitely in a dark place. The series is earning that TVMA tone as the fight sequences see Robin basically straight up stabbing people, impaling dudes with his grappling gun, which Batman would be so proud of, and, potentially firing one of their own guns at them before stepping on some dude's neck and dropping a big ol' "fuck Batman." And as a fan of, just to step aside from the breakdown here, as a fan of Dick Grayson personally, and the no killing thing in general, I am not sure how I feel about this. Especially if he is actually killing these dudes. I'm not sure he is really. I think they'll probably hedge their bets and say that he isn't, but they definitely seem to be drawing from the earliest days of Teen Titans with this angst and this anger at Batman. But even then, in the comics, he never resorted to killing. Somehow, again, I feel like it'll be revealed that he's just super messing them up. Jumping back to Raven real quick, if you had your money on Daughter of the Demon, come on down, but seriously, we get a first look at some of her powers throughout this trailer, as well as the freaky look she's rocking when she is fully in demon mode. In line with previous reports, a huge part of this show is going to be struggling with darkness and corruption, and for Raven, that is a literal struggle, as she's literally fighting to control her demon half thanks to her father Trigon, who it seems like is going to be in the series, and she has to admit that sometimes losing control of it feels good. As for her powers, we don't see much of those, but we do see a few bits and pieces. Raven goes into this really cool demon possession mode when her powers take over, and it looks like she's going to have some telekinetic ability, which seems tied to her screaming. In general, a lot of her powers seem tied to her screaming. We also see various people vomiting blood and generally looking a little rough around the edges, and we don't have any details about what caused that, but it seems like it's the same guy in the 3 times we see it, so my hunch is that this is actually a function of Raven's powers. Maybe she can control or possess other people to a degree like her father can. But what about the series' other heroes? Well, don't worry, we got first looks at the other Titans as well, so let's start with the one that started basically the most controversy, Starfire. Yes, we do get Starfire in this trailer, and yes, for this trailer, she is at least wearing the disco outfit, which she was in those first set photos that set the internet ablaze in a bad way. But we also get to see how the actress, Anna Diop, is going to be enhanced from that look with CGI. When she unleashes her alien powers, her eyes turn green and her skin glows orange, almost like there's actual fire underneath, while her pink hair also turns a little bit more orange, resulting in this more classic look that she usually has. Her powers also seem to have been tweaked a little bit to be more strictly fire-based, based on her name, as we see her unleash a flamethrower on these 2 goons, but there's still no sign of green energy blast, which I think a lot of people were expecting. And as for her appearance, which is, again, really the thing that people are talking about the most with this character, probably something that DC Universe is not crazy about, I'm not sure what to make of it right now either. Early reports have indicated that she's on the run from a shadowy organization. That was that same Splash report, which now has been vindicated by this trailer. That organization probably tracking her because she's an alien, and so if she's therefore in disguise, that makes a lot of sense. If that's the case, fan theory moment here, I think there's a chance that fiery orange glow we see beneath her skin and hair when she's unleashing her powers is actually her true form. But again, that would be a massive change from the comics, and also probably pretty taxing on what I can only assume is a modest budget for this series. So who knows how much of that we'll see in this series. And yes, we also see Beast Boy here, played by Ryan K. Potter, and in this trailer, it's just really two shots. In one shot, he leaps and he lunges at something like an animal, and in another, we see him standing with his eyes and skin kind of glowing a little bit greener, potentially ready to transform into an animal, something we don't actually see in this trailer. And his appearance is probably what's going to throw most people off too. No, he doesn't have green skin, instead he just has green hair and this sweatshirt kind of outfit inspired by his classic comics costume, and we don't have a lot of word on his character yet. He was noticeably mostly absent from that Splash report, but these are all young heroes, so costume quality is something that I think is going to come with time. I mean, Robin probably only has his because of Batman, so everyone else might get theirs down the line. I also fully expect that Beast Boy's animals, the CGI animals, will be green, even though he himself probably won't be. We also get a look at two other heroes in this series with Hawk and Dove, and yes, that is kind of, a relationship that seems like it has serious baggage. Let's just put it that way. The Vigilante duo absolutely messes people up from what we see, specifically Dove, played by Minka Kelly, as she slices some dude's hamstrings and mauls some dude in the face. I mean, they are veterans according to reports, and clearly here, they do not mess around. Anyways, that's all I could catch from the trailer, and personally, just personal thought time, as a big fan of Dick Grayson and his story, and really the Titans in general, I am not sure how I feel about this. I mean, I am interested in the mature, gritty tone. That's not a deal breaker for me, but it's all about how you pull it off, and here it just kind of feels like it's a little bit forced. I mean, the vibe I get is Riverdale, and that's not necessarily a bad thing, it's just not quite what I was hoping for. On the other hand, some things have been resolved in this trailer for me. I like the effects around Raven. I kind of like the fight choreography for Robin. Starfire's look was never a huge problem for me, but this trailer definitely resolved some of the fears I had. I actually like her CGI there. I don't know. I'm on the fence. I'm not sure this is going to be a day one series for me. It's going to have to be because of the channel, but personally, if I was buying this as a consumer, I'm not sure if this trailer sold me. Let me know what you thought and what you think we missed in the comments section down below, but that's going to do it for me here. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to smash that like if you like what you saw, subscribe for more great content every single day, and consider turning on your notifications to be alerted every time we upload a new video. Signing off, this is CJ, and I'll see you next time.